If you own a tennis racket, then you're never going to look at it the same again, as I'm going to show you how it was made. And if you've never seen the production process of a tennis racket before, then this video is going to blow your mind, as I traveled all the way to Austria to visit headquarters, where R&D director Ralf shows us how this gets transformed into a tennis racket. Let's go. Hey guys, so I'm at headquarters in Austria with Ralf, who is director of R&D, and Ralf is going to show us around the factory and how he builds rackets.
Yeah, not actually myself, because if I would build rackets, I mean, you don't want to play with these, but we got some people with more than 30 years of experience, and these guys we can really trust in building rackets. Don't trust myself in building rackets.
Let's go.
Yeah, welcome. We want to show you a bit how a racket is made, and Thomas is already kind of working on it. So what we see here is we have a kind of release film, a release paper. So this is similar like if you have double-sided tape, then you have to remove this kind of release foil. We have here unidirectional pre-preg, and you see it's black, so it's carbon fiber. So all this is manual, and it looks so easy, but the point is this here is really picky and sticky, so you really have to pay attention. Now when you have the next process step, so you have the next piece and you attach it at a specific position to the first one. Once you position it wrong, you get a problem. And again, the release film. And of course here also, you know, we don't know how visible it is, but all these fibers are here now running in one direction. So we call this unidirectional. And whenever you change the orientation of one of these kind of pieces, the fiber orientation, you thereby change the stiffness and you change the playability. Now we have a piece being attached in the middle. So this later on will be the 12 o'clock position, and the two ends will later on be the handle. Now we got some white material, so this is glass fiber. It's a woven glass fiber. So this will be added to the handle position. And now we have the very secret. It's something really special, double-sided tape. We only need this to now later on attach the tube. So now we have a transparent tube, and the function of this tube, it's pulled across a bar. But here later on, this will be used to apply pressurized air. And now we roll the whole thing. And again, it looks so easy. If Thomas does it, if I would do it, it would look totally different. That's why I don't touch this. Now we roll the two tables. And from a kind of flat, let's say, yeah, piece of carpet, of so to say carbon carpet, we end at least a tube. Thanks a lot, Thomas. And so here we are. So this is kind of the base of a tennis racket. And yeah, if we would now do, let's say, 200 pieces with different versions of how the fiber are oriented, sometimes we have rackets with up to 50 pieces of pre-preg. From the outside, they all would look the same, but they all would be different. So right now we go to the next stage. We have the long tube which we prepared, and now this is here up to let's say, yeah, it's a heating blade. It's about 50 degrees Celsius, and the tube is here for about 10 to 15 minutes, and thereby the material gets softer and it also gets more tacky. So thereby it's easier to later on work with the whole thing, and it's the kind of, yeah, conditioning. So let's come inside. Come inside. And now you can start. Wait, have to be side by side, kind of.
Okay.
I already regret having this idea, but I thought Ashley and myself, we do a kind of challenge today, and we are right now in the freezer for our racket material, and it's about minus 16 degrees, I think, perceived. What would you say? Minus 30?
It feels colder, but being from the UK, I can handle this.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, this is the place where we store our material. And why? Because we don't want to avoid chemical reactions to happen. So all the material has to store it at a really cold temperature. And also we are stored now at a really cold temperature and will not age. Yes, but I think we got to get out.
Yeah, we got to go.
So now it's up to pre-shaping the racket. We have the long tube up there, which we heated up. And now Thomas just adds the yoke. The yoke is a separate piece, so here we also don't have a tube inside, we have a special core. What he's now putting in position are these kind of, let's say, attachment layers that connect the yoke to the tube. Also, these are here preheated so that they're more tacky, more sticky. It makes it, on the one side, easier that the pieces attach to each other. On the other side, it also makes it easier that these pieces stick to your hand. But yeah, only happens to me, not to Thomas. Of course, for each different head shape, we have a different pre-shape here. And the whole thing looks pretty simple, but it's actually important because if you pre-shape the racket too big, you will put it in the mold and you will have some wrinkles. If you pre-shape it too small, you will not have a good outforming. So you have to find the right balance between both extremes. More attachment layers added. Again, it looks so simple. I never can do it that easy. Oder lässt weg. Lässt weg. We add some glass, woven glass at the end, and this is mainly to secure that we don't have any air leakage at the end. You see the white piece here. And we have a special piece. This is, maybe we could say, it comes back to the nature of some players that have a slippy grip and somehow the racket slips out of their hand and touches the cord at the wrong position. So this is the head impact layer.
Okay, adds some durability.
Yeah, some players need it. So now I think it already looks like a racket, but yeah, it's really important what you realize here. And I hope that I don't mess up anything. But yeah, the resin is still not cured and you have all these perfect good fibers, but if you have an uncured resin, yeah, you have a hard time to imagine playing tennis with this one. So we bring it over. And this is now putting the pre-shaped racket, the pre-shaped tube in the mold. Make sure that it's really good inside, that you have no wrinkles, that you have no fibers that you're pinching.
So while the frame is still being baked, if you're enjoying this video so far, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, as over the next few weeks I'm going to be sharing more videos from this trip, including some playtesting of Keg's future rackets. Big thanks, let's get back to the video.
The nice thing is here, the molds go back to 1985, 1986. So this is really our kind of archive and our, let's say, our treasure. Because whenever we have an idea coming up, when marketing comes to us and says, we want to try this head size, we can pull out of one of these molds, make a prototype, get on court. So this is really, you know, yeah, history and treasure for us. So now the racket is cured. So we are ready and we are excited and want to have a look at how does it look like. And yeah. Always a special moment, giving birth to a racket. So now we have the sliders still here, that's from the string proof. So these will be removed and then basically we can take it out. So what you already see here is at the racket we have a bit of a resin overflow, which is just normal. It shows that there's enough resin inside the mold. And yeah, let's take it out. And if you want to tease someone always in this situation, you give him the racket in the hand and then it's hot. No, yeah, it's really still pretty hot. And yeah, you see here the surface, you see different pre-preg pieces also partly. And yeah, that's now how a racket fresh out of the mold looks like.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, of course we do a lot of rackets here, but it's always, let's say, a magic moment, so to say, when you remember this kind of noodle I had in my hand, and now it's a racket, it's cured, it's stiff, it's solid, and you can hit balls. So here we are at the step after having molded the racket. Now it's important to prepare the surface, so we have a special treatment here. These are special stones, and the whole kind of tub that you see here is vibrating. We put the rackets inside, and thereby the surface is shaped, it's smoother, and it's ready for the next step. Here we are at the perfect combination of past and future, just like Ashley and myself. Up to you who you think is the old one. Here we have a machine which comes back, I think, to nearly 30 years ago. So this is really trusted, and besides we have a new control unit which we acquired, I think, 2 years ago, and where we invested quite a lot of money. And so here we have the possibility to try every different string pattern, drill it in the morning, play it in the past, and whatever kind of crazy string pattern you want to go for, we can do it here, we can try it.
So this is where all of these holes for the grommets are drilled, yeah?
Exactly, and of course we can drill different holes, we can drill them at different angles. Everything is possible here, it's perfect for us to, so to say, play. So this is our spray painting room, and so to say, for R&D, this is of course an area where you think it's totally unimportant, because it's not about playability, it's not about performance, and forgive me, please designers, this is only about colors, but yes, we understand it's important. So this is the room where we can really try different paints, where we can make fast prototypes, have a look at how does the really color appear in the sunlight, and yeah, I have to admit, I think it's really important to have the right design. I stand to it.
You're saying that because you think Wolfgang is going to be what?
Yeah, definitely. And otherwise, I have a problem if later on I want to have a special design. No, there's actually, I think, there's a lot of truth to it, because as I once mentioned, when I kind of, played Goran Ivanisevic racket in 1993 and tested it, you have this racket, and it's not only about how the ball flies over and how fast it is. It's this what we call perceived performance. It's about what you feel, and of course this is also stimulated by design, by lacquers, by colors, by all this, and it's overall a big picture, and this is what you kind of perceive and experience on the court. So welcome to a historical piece of equipment, so to say. I think this is more than 25 years old, and this is kind of, let's say, the torch chamber of our for tennis rackets. So we have the racket being put in the sleeve here, and you kind of clamp it, and then the whole thing is rotating around an axis. You have balls falling from the top, and they basically, you simulate a serve with about, let's say, 160K. And you have then, each racket has to stand 100,000 shots. And there is actually, some conspiracy theory that Novak Djokovic's return became so good because he kind of lasted 3 hours inside returning. It's not true, but this is really amazing if you see the speed, and it's trusted, and it's tough for our rackets, but it's good for the rackets and for the players.
Like a durability test.
Absolutely, durability test. Yeah.
Hello. Pressure.
This is actually such a tricky thing to do, because the leather, it's it's a natural material, so it doesn't always come in the same kind of quality. So then taking care of.
Now, the rackets that are created for Head's professional athletes have an extra step. They go through the customization hub, which means that they get finely tweaked and matched up to suit their specific needs. Weight can be added at different parts of the racket to adjust things like the swing weight and the balance.
To fine-tune the balance point and the weight. And when you put mass here, it doesn't matter for the swing weight.
Yeah. So I hope you found that tour as fascinating as I did. Ralf was incredible. His passion shone through, and he showed me everything there was to know about the production of a tennis racket. So let me know in the comments below if you have any further questions about it. And like I said before, I'm going to be sharing a lot more from this experience in Austria. So if you want to see that, be sure to subscribe. Thanks as always for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.